Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Blu-ray collection update and unboxing. If you all don't know me, I'm David Cantu, and I review movies over at cinemadeviant.com. I started doing this recently as a way to give people a heads up as to what's coming out now and in the upcoming weeks as far as Blu-rays and DVDs go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into things, shall we? First up is a movie that I'm actually really excited to see. I've heard nothing but good things about it. All the people that have seen it have told me that it was great. So this is one that I'm really ecstatic for, pretty much, and that is Hell or High Water, and this stars Jeff Bridges, Chris Pine, and Ben Foster. It's one of the writers is of this movie was one of the writers of Sicario. So already right there, you know that you're going to be in for an action-packed type of scenario. So there goes the front there, and Ben Foster. I mean, I'm a fan of Jeff Bridges, obviously. There's no doubt in my mind that pretty much everybody is a fan of Jeff Bridges. Chris Pine has done nothing but great work in my opinion. Especially, have you all seen that Joss Whedon? I think if Congress was your coworker video on YouTube, you should check it out if you haven't already. Hilarious stuff. Chris Pine gives a great performance in that as well. And then there's Ben Foster. Ben Foster, he's one of those guys that I remember when he was a Disney Channel kid. And I remember, the name of the show escapes me right now, but I remember back then when he was on that show, he was like the Shia LaBeouf of the group, where I knew that he was going to break out and, be a mainstream actor. And everything that he's been in, everything that Ben Foster has been in, he's just like so intense. He's so intense. It's like crazy. So I'm looking forward to a performance of his in this movie as well. One of my favorite actually is his performance in Alpha Dog. That dude was just like nuts. He was scary nuts. And there goes the back here if you guys want to read what it's about. There you go. You can pause the screen, see the special features as well. And there goes the full back. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. My trusty opener. And this Hell or High Water does come out November 22nd from Lionsgate. So keep that in mind in the upcoming weeks. All right, it's mess time. Let's see here. I think I've gotten to be a pro at opening these things. All right, it does come with digital copy. And in a surprising turn of events, disc art. How about that? We get some disc art from Lionsgate. The Blu-ray version over here, and then the DVD version. The DVD version actually looks really cool. And again, like I've stated in previous videos, the fact that they did two different disc arts for each disc, it's really cool because it helps you differentiate which one it is, which one's the Blu-ray and which one's the DVD. And it's just, a cool little touch to kind of add. So that's really cool. Thank you, Lionsgate. Again, I'm hoping that we see a trend with this. And there goes the front, back, and spine. And like I said, it does come out November 22nd from Lionsgate. See here. There is actually a pretty big difference in the back. Same promo photo up on top. The three individual photos at the bottom are not present on the actual DVD or Blu-ray case. So yeah, so there you go. Hell or High Water. I'll report back on this one because I'm really excited to see that one. Next up is Taxi Driver, the 40th anniversary edition. Now, Taxi Driver I have not seen in a super long time, so I'm really excited to check this out again. It does come with a all new 40-minute Taxi Driver Q&A, which is really cool, featuring Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, Jodie Foster, and many more. So here goes the back there. You just want to see the special features. man, I mean, this movie had like the who's who, you know, of actors here, man, and this is really one of the greats. If you have not seen it, I highly suggest checking it out because it is classic cinema, right here. Let's go ahead and open this up, and this one is out now. It's available now from Sony Pictures. So it does have the little tab there. Digital copy. Nice, nice. Okay, there you go. Taxi Driver. Disc 1, and then Disc 2 on this side. 2 different disc arts, which is really nice. All right. And front, back, and spine. Like I said, it is out now from Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. I cannot wait to check this one out once again. Like I said, it's been so long. So long. And Robert De Niro, man, I mean, he's an insane, incredible actor. The stuff that he's done lately, honestly, kind of hasn't been up to par to the stuff he's done in his past, but he still is such a great actor, and he's one of those guys that even if the movie isn't the best, I will still watch it just because he's in it, and even if he's in it just for a cameo, whatever. And everybody, and this is the one thing too, everybody always quotes this movie. Everybody does impersonations. Even I did an impersonation of Robert De Niro. I don't think it was from this movie. I think it was from another movie. Let's cut to a clip.
Fucker, did you milk my cat? Did you milk Jinxie?
Okay, you see that was my attempt at an impersonation of Robert De Niro. But anyway, like I said, it is out now from Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. Next up is a movie that honestly I've never heard of. I didn't know it was coming out. I have no idea what it's about. I have heard nothing about it. So, and it is IT. Starring Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan he's another great actor too. I actually do enjoy all the movies that he's been in, pretty much for the most part. And I'm gonna go ahead and watch this with the hopes that this is another great performance from Pierce Brosnan. Go ahead. Here's the back here. If you guys want to pause it and read what it's about, special features are right there as well. Not very many. Just looks like it's a behind the scenes. And then a photo gallery, which it's a little disappointing. I know RLJ Entertainment, which is who's putting this out, doesn't really put too many special features on their home releases. But even if it's just a making of, I dig that. Because I like that sort of thing. I like the behind the scenes. I like the featurettes, regarding the creation of the film and stuff like that. So that's always a nice touch as well. And this one is available November 22nd. Like I said, from RLJ Entertainment. Go ahead and pop this open. Alright. This one has the little tab here as well. Like I've said in the past, you could always clip these back in if you don't want them out. Disc art. No interior artwork, but disc art, which is nice. Same as basically the cover there. So no points, no extra points for originality, but disc art's always a high point thing for me, I guess. See here, all right, and then front, back, and spine. There you go. And like I said, it is out November 22nd from RLJ Home Entertainment. See here, pop this back on. And slipcover. Slipcover is always nice too. Like I said, even if the movie isn't the most popular, you throw a slipcover on there, and you're like, okay, I'll consider getting it just because it has a slipcover on it. So slipcovers are always cool. Next up is hold on. Let me just here. Okay. Next up is one that I will. I'll tell you a little story. I remember when this movie came out, it was like, it completely took me by surprise. I didn't know it was coming out. I didn't know, what to expect. And I saw a preview, and I was like, oh, cool, an animated film. And then I saw it, and I saw the full trailer. I'm like, oh no, that's not an animated film that I would have thought would be out. Um, and that's Sausage Party. Um, and this is the 4K Ultra HD release, out now from Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. And then I remember my kid, he was 5 at the time, uh, came across, or he was watching TV, or he was, I think, going through the living room, walking through the living room, and the preview for Sausage Party came on the TV, and it caught his eye. And of course, it was a regular TV, so everything was, like I guess it was the Green Band trailer basically, where they didn't have any swear words or nothing like that. And he passed by and he looked at it, he's like, "Dad, can we see Sausage Party?" And just those words coming, the 2 words Sausage Party coming out of a 5-year-old's mouth, just was hilarious to me. We didn't go watch it, FYI. So I've never seen this movie, but I'm pretty excited to check this out, because the list of actors that did voices for this film is extraordinary. Like, I pretty much love every one of those actors there, and they've all worked together at some point. So that's really cool. Again, this does have. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking of the story. Sausage Party does have the 4K Ultra HD disc, the Blu-ray, and the digital copy. And here goes the back here. If you guys want to read what it's about, let's get closer. Now, I know I did unbox some other 4K films in the past, and I didn't take notice that the other ones did have special features. I think there was probably only a couple, but there were special features on the 4K disc. This one only is, like I said, it's movie only, and then the other one, the Blu-ray disc, has all the special features. So that's interesting. Go ahead and pop this open. There's a little bit of a difference. Slight difference, not really. More of like a formatting thing because of the words, but not much. Go ahead and pop this open. And of course, like always, I love these black cases for the 4K releases. They just look really cool. All right. Well, I just noticed something that's a little different. It does say digital copy here. Doesn't say that it has digital copy up here on the actual case. Obviously, I'm sure it does, but it's just that I guess that was kind of interesting why they didn't add it to the case itself. Okay. Digital copy, of course, and nothing too imaginative there. Now it does differentiate the Blu-ray and the 4K release, but no interior artwork. I don't know if we're ever gonna get a 4K, release with interior artwork, unless it's actually like underneath, like printed on the plastic. I don't see it happening. Not anytime soon, anyway. I don't think. And then there goes the front, back, and spine. Sausage Party, like I said, is out now from Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. Shout out to them for sending me the 4K release. Here, I'm pretty excited to see this one as well. Let's see here. Okay, next up is this one is I was kind of iffy about wanting to review this one, because I look at this person as like a I guess at the top of their genre. There's been many movies regarding this person, many iterations, and some of them don't fully tell a whole story. They kind of seem one-sided in certain aspects. But this one is, I think it seems like it's more of like a TV show, and that's The Legend of Bruce Lee, Volume 1. It does seem like it does show like his beginnings here. The guy that's playing Bruce Lee looks extraordinarily and scarily, eerily similar to Bruce Lee, which is crazy. Even body type. Yeah, it's insane. And I don't know. Like I said, Sometimes I think one of my favorite Bruce Lee movies, movies about Bruce Lee, it was back there if you want to read it, was Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. But even that, it was one of my favorite movies for many years. But then I found out later that it wasn't entirely like honest, and there were things that weren't divulged, or certain aspects of the story that were like, I guess, heightened, I guess, for a movie, which normally they are. But I would love to see a definitive version of his story from beginning to end, and just it be honest, and truthful for the most part anyway, because you don't want to talk ill of the dead either. But I think it's a story that deserves to be told in its entirety. Just lay it all out there on the line. Because I mean, this man was an amazing martial artist, and still to this day, I don't see anybody that could surpass what he's done and the legacy that he's left. You know what I mean? Wow, I got kind of deep there for a second. Let's go ahead and pop this open before something else happens. All right. All right. Comes with just a little advertisement for some of the other movies. And let's see here. Okay, all right. Now they did something here that I don't particularly like, and we're gonna address that right now. Okay, there goes the case. There again, as to be expected. There's no interior artwork. Discs are here, but like I said discs. This is something that I really don't like, especially with DVDs, because DVDs can scratch so easily. But they stack them on top of each other. Not cool. Not cool at all. So yeah, okay. So we'll go. Disc 1 is red. Disc 2 is black. And then disc 3 is white. I do like the fact that they did differentiate it with colors. So that's actually really nice touch. But as you can see, it gets a little clunky to switch out discs and to, stack them back on top of each other. And with DVDs, DVDs don't have that protective layer on them as like the Blu-rays do. So it makes it. See, I'm already having a hard time putting them back in. It makes it a little harder to get them back in there without them twisting and scratching on top of each other. So I really wish that they would have done something differently for this release. Even if they would have did one and then just like the little swivel the swivel thing in the middle, that would have been way better. Well, go, come on, man. Anyway, so this is out. When is it out? Now, actually, it's out now from Well Go USA Entertainment. Really, really wish the packaging would have been just a tad bit more thought out as far as the quality and keeping the disc clean and safe and protected. But I am excited to check this out. Either way, though, looks like it has 10 episodes of the complete life story of the iconic legendary martial artist Bruce Lee. So it's 10 episodes. So yeah, so it is an episodic show. So it is a show, considering that it does have episodes, and it is volume 1. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we can be expecting volume 2 eventually, and that's probably gonna, since this is probably looks like it's gonna take place in his early years. I'm excited to see the later years one. Where he was in, the Green Hornet and all that stuff, and then started doing movies on his own. I'm really excited for that. Anyway, so yes, it is out now from Well Go USA. Next up is a movie. I want to say that I heard about this one, but I'm not entirely sure. But it does sound very interesting, and that's Cardboard Boxer. This stars Thomas Hayden Church and Terrence Howard, and it is out November 15th from Well Go USA. All right, there goes the front. Thomas Hayden Church to me, I think he's a great actor. Even in Spider-Man 3, which Spider-Man 3 wasn't the greatest movie, it's still enjoyable. Because I know there are people out there that do like Spider-Man 3. It was enjoyable, but it's just not the best Spider-Man movie. That goes to part 2. Anyway, so let's go ahead and put that there so you can see if you want to read what it's about. I mean, it's an interesting premise to me. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. Here you go. Let's go ahead and pop this open and see what's inside. Man, oh my god, this is a huge mess. Okay. Alright, again, no digital copy. It does have like an advertisement for some more movies from Well Go USA. And I actually really like this Blu-ray art, this disc art. It has the full picture there, but the actual text of the the lettering of the title is like the reflective disc, like just the top portion of the disc. It's just kind of like they cut out the letters so that it could show, so it could shine. Really cool. I like that. That's actually really a creative touch. So that's really cool. I know Lionsgate kind of does that from time to time, but this is actually like a really like shiny version of that. Like they didn't put any sort of texture over that. Sometimes they'll put a texture over that to cover that area, so it kind of dulls the shine down. But it looks like this is actually just straight up cut out, so you really see the shine from the disc itself. And there goes the front, back, and spine. And like I said, it is out November 15th from Well Go USA. All right. And then these, I'm just going to go through these real quick because I did do a separate video. These came in last week, and these are the ones that I unboxed before. The Hunger Games, collection here, 4K collection. They are individually, they can be individually purchased by themselves. I'm not too sure if there's a bundle pack out there, but these are, individually for purchase, and they should be out now, I believe. Should be out now from Lionsgate. So yeah, look for those as well. And like I've said in the past, the first two are my favorite. The last two, not a huge fan of. I like the Mockingjay Part 1. Mockingjay Part 2, I just felt was like really, it just wasn't my thing. I felt like it could have ended way better. So yeah, on to the next two. I have, the next two are personal pickups. They're nothing too crazy, but I was shocked and surprised that I didn't own these movies. And first one is Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Now, I got this at the at a bin at Walmart, and I believe I got it for like $7, which is fairly cheap. It's reasonable. And I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the style of the movie because it is directed by the guys that did Crank, and so the style of the movie really appealed to me. It was the kookiness and craziness of Nicolas Cage that was like, to me that's not Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider should be a little bit more serious, a little darker. As far as when he's in his human form, I think he should just be a real serious dude. Like I think they got it down packed pretty much on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The way he looks, the way he acts, the Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. But they need to reboot Ghost Rider again, and just like I would say a Netflix show would be way better, and just take out all that Nicolas Cage kookiness where he's just like laughing and hysterical. Let's cut to a clip. Screaming at the door. Okay, you see what I mean though? You see what I mean? I mean, it's insane. It's nuts, but it still is a fun movie to watch, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and admit it, especially the pissing fire was so ridiculous, but it was so funny that it just kind of made it entertaining, I guess. And here goes the back here, and like I said, I did pick this up for $7, at Walmart at one of those those discount bins. Um, but the thing to me that made it worth it in itself is that it did come with a digital copy. So that in itself to me made it worth it. Um, and I was very impressed by that. So yeah, and then there goes the disc. The disc looks insanely cool because the hole to the disc right there is right in the eye, and then of course you got that really cool interior artwork, which I did not expect. Again, it caught me completely by surprise that we actually have some pretty cool interior artwork for Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. I was really impressed by that. I was like, okay, cool. I feel like I got my $7 worth, you know? There you go. I might end up having to just pick it because I do enjoy 3D movies from time to time. So yeah, I might end up having to just splurge, a couple of extra bucks to go find the 3D copy of this movie. So there's that. And next up is again, I've spoken very very openly about the multiple pack movies and how I'm not really keen on them because you have 3 movies on one disc or 4 movies on one disc, takes away from the video quality. And as a collector, as a Blu-ray collector, movie collector, I would much rather have the individual cases, the individual movies themselves. But this was one I couldn't pass up, So I hope. Is this going to be a new thing for me? Am I like getting into these like triple, quadruple packs or whatever? I don't know. But this one, I again, like I said, I couldn't pass up because shockingly enough, I have none of these movies. I could have swore I had at least Sinister, and I don't. I have Sinister 2. So I went ahead and picked it up because it says 3 Blu-rays. And then the other thing, again, that kind of got my attention was 3 digital HD copies. So it actually came with 3 digital copies inside. And that was very impressive to me. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool for $7. That's really awesome. And then here's the other thing that really impressed me. And I was like, okay, this is definitely worth it. Is that, okay, let's see, let's straighten them out here. All right. It actually came with each individual disc of the movie. Like that doesn't happen very often. So I was really like thrilled. I was like, "Oh man, this is really cool." Now, with that being said, like each movie is just the standalone film itself, no special features. I would have been super impressed if it would have came like the actual full retail disc with special features and all. But no, it's just a standard movie. I'm fine with that. That is awesome though, because it keeps the video quality intact. That's kind. I guess that you could call that a pet peeve of mine sometimes. But yeah, so amazing. For $7, you actually get 3 physical discs. So that's really cool. And to be honest, what I've done in the past, when I've had like maybe one other one, like a good while back, a long time ago. I think it was a dual pack, and it did have 2 discs in there as well. What I did that time, I just went and bought some some blank Blu-ray cases at I forgot what electronics store. I think it was like called Micro Center. Bought some blank, just empty Blu-ray cases, and I just printed out the actual Blu-ray art on a computer using a laser jet. So and just made my own case for it. So I mean, honestly, if you really wanted to do that, especially with something like this, perfect opportunity to just to if you're a collector and you do prefer each individual movie just like I do, then you can easily do that. It'll save you I don't want to say a crap load of money, but it'll save you some cash, and you do have to shell out just a little bit, but it makes it worth it, and it looks nice. You know what I mean? So there you have it. those are all the releases or all the pickups that I have here. Stuff that's coming out next week. If you dug any of these titles at all, please give this video a thumbs up. If you want to purchase any of these titles, there will be links in the description below. If you purchase them through there, it does help me out a lot. So it's much appreciated if you do. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not already, and let me know in the comments below. Your take on these triple packs. Honestly, I'm actually really curious if any of you guys prefer these triple packs, or are you like an individual movie collector like I am? Let me know in the comments below. And with all that being said, we will catch you next time.